Many years ago, I was hired as a production loan officer responsible for a team of commercial loan officers who were originating loans all over the country. Now, at the time, I wasn't an expert at commercial lending, but I noticed the pattern and trends of what these loan officers did to be able to get the loans through the door. And what I wanted to do is share that in today's video. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Zevi Shafran. I'm an owner of a commercial and residential lending shop in Los Angeles. The company's name is Loanbrook, and I'm also the creator of the Part-Time Commercial Lender Academy, which is available for you via link in the description of this video. Now, the 4 things that these loan officers did to be able to capture the business revolved around building relationships, building skills, marketing, and building brand. And I want to cover all 4 of those in today's video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first one on the list was building relationships. The thing is, none of the loan officers that were on the team were that amazing at being a commercial loan officer, but they had a talent of being able to bring in business, so somebody like myself could look at it on the back end and say, this could or could not work. The way they were able to do that is because they were able to build some really great relationships with some really amazing referral partners. The way to keep the hamster wheel turning as a commercial loan officer is by having not only yourself prospecting, but by having leverage of having a team of people that know all about you to be able to send you business. In this case, the type of people that were sending these loan officers business were brokers. As an example, I remember there was one guy who constantly solicited hard money lenders who issued loans to people that wanted to have them pay back. And this guy knew that these brokers were lending against commercial buildings, and he could possibly go in there and reposition the debt with a commercial loan, which means he could earn a commission. So that was one way to be able to get the business. Another person reached out to CPAs who constantly were going through their clients' books, looking for ways to save clients money, like depreciation of buildings. And when they found an opportunity, same thing, they would send it to this individual and they would be able to secure the loan. Another person reached out to attorneys who constantly fed them business from clients who had commercial properties, because a lot of the times these clients were getting bridge loans just to be able to get into the deal. These type of attorneys were helping them structure it, and then they wanted to have takeout financing. That's where this particular loan officer found a lot of success. So the nice thing is about being able to build these relationships is to stay in front of the people that are most likely to be able to send you the business. And the more people that know about what you do, the more likely you are, even if somebody is not amazingly seasoned as a loan officer, because the referral partner only knows that you work in a company and you're able to put these deals together. They don't actually know about your skill set, which is what I want to talk about next. Moving on to number 2 on our list, which is the actual skill set to be able to put the deal together. Sure, we could do a video and talk about this for a couple hours. However, the team of people that I was assigned to oversee did not have a massive skill in being able to originate commercial loan. As a matter of fact, they had a ton of questions on every single transaction, and most of the transactions they had no idea if they would even be able to put them together. And that was really my job, to be able to look at some of these packages and say, okay, this is a complete waste of time. Here, there may be an opportunity, and this deal is a slam dunk. Now, as a beginner commercial loan officer, you might be asking yourself, Zevi, what would be the quickest way for me to acquire these skills? I have created the part-time commercial lender academy, which is available for you via link in the description of this video. I basically outlined the journey in a very simple to follow plug and play format where you have access to all my proprietary forms that I've created over the past 10 years for you to be able to learn from a mentor, because in my opinion, that is the quickest way for you to learn anything instead of trying to figure it out by yourself. So let's dive into the skills for a moment to try to understand what these people were up against. When they got a package, there is a certain number of items that need to be included in that package for that package to be able to be reviewed. Now, as a side note, on every single commercial transaction, there are 3 things that you could do to size up a deal without requesting anything else. And the first one would be the rent roll of the property, okay? Because that would tell you how much income is coming in. The second would be the profit and the loss, because that would show you the expenses of the property. And then the last one would be the PFS, which is the personal financial statement. It kind of ties everything together. Tells you who the borrower is, what kind of a job they have, what kind of liquidity they have, what kind of real estate they have, what kind of experience they have. It has a lot of information. These particular people were only asked to get a package that has these 3 items in them to get started. And if it appeared that these 3 items were strong enough to be able to put together a deal, then I put together another list for them to be able to move forward with the transaction. If you want to learn more about how you personally can develop your skills that you need to take a transaction from start to finish, then please check out the link in the description to the Part-Time Commercial Lender Academy. With that, let's move on to the next step. The next step in the process is marketing. And you have to constantly stay in front of people and meet people to be able to generate deals as a commercial lender. These people were required to call the referral partners that they would constantly be in touch with and meet at different networking events. Okay, they would have to stay in touch with people that they met at the networking events, and when they were not able to speak with them, then what they would be doing is posting to LinkedIn to be able to share content with their network. It's basically a circle where you're constantly trying to stay in front of people, showing them what they do and asking them if they have any transactions that they would be able to share with you so you could tell them if you can offer financing. The big thing about marketing is that it really requires you to do a massive amount of follow-up. The money is always in the follow-up, not in the initial contact. You might, and I've said this in other videos, have a conversation with somebody and think that this is it, they're sold, they're gonna send you all of their business moving forward. The truth of the matter is, there's a good chance that they're gonna forget about you unless you're able to call them, meet them, and then remind them that you exist on an ongoing basis. The money is always in the follow-up, and I gotta admit that this group of loan officers did an excellent job marketing themselves in terms of calls, networking, and posting content, which ironically is what led to the majority of their business. Number 4, branding is basically separating yourself from the competition completely. You see, in commercial lending, there are so many different products that you can offer. As an example, for somebody who might be an expert at originating loans for multifamily, right? Then that's one type of a product. And then you have retail. And then you have warehouse. And you have hospitality. You have SBA. You get the idea, right? And so you have all these different opportunities that sometimes when you have somebody who is just so particular about, let's just say, multifamily. I'm a guy who finances, example, 50 to 100 unit complexes in the city of Los Angeles. When you become that guy and you brand that product, then instead of being the person who does everything, everyone thinks about you anytime they have that multifamily transaction, because you're constantly hitting just this point right here in all of your marketing efforts. So the riches are in the niches, meaning that you basically let everyone know, hey, I'm a commercial loan expert, but not only am I a commercial loan expert, my expertise lies in being able to put together 50 to 100 units in Los Angeles. And if you have any of those deals, I can help you cash flow these deals quite easily. I can run through the numbers. I can tell you what the NOI is. I can tell you what the debt coverage is. I can tell you how much a property qualifies for. I do a ton of these deals, so I know where the market is, where the rates are. I'm very competitive on the cost. People are going to be extremely receptive to what you have to say. And again, you can do it in any single one of those products as an expert. And so what I saw with these particular people is that they did pick up on particular products, and there was one in particular that was underwritten in-house, and it was a very unique product. It was an insured product. It was actually FHA product for multifamily. And there was one guy that I remember in particular that I have seen this guy get on the phone for a period of well over a year, every single day, and pitch this product to every single referral partner that he could possibly talk to. That particular FHA product was designed for very large multifamily or construction projects, which means that if he just landed one transaction, he would have made a whole lot of money with it. But the truth is, at the beginning, when he started the reach out, nobody knew who he was. And a year later, anytime he picked up the phone, the other side has already heard all of his spiel, and they already knew, yes, you're calling us about this FHA program, and do we have any opportunities that we could share with you? I mean, it got that niche specific. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought about whether you're thinking about becoming a commercial loan officer and you're wondering what would be the best way to approach it. Well, just like we covered in this video, go through these 4 milestones, and if you wanted to develop the skill to do it, make sure to check out the link in the description to the Academy in addition to it. I'm sure you must have some questions, so feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to get your questions. I enjoy answering them for you. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, so hopefully other people like you who are trying to find this information on both YouTube and the internet can find it a lot easier. And of course, If you've enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you again on my next video. Take care.